a little bit more today. I know we will be doing some outside learning today in our quarantined home. Hopefully you guys can get outside a little bit today as well. All right, so what we have here is our last lesson, lesson 7, nothing new, all practice. Again, get on that video, make sure you have all of your rules memorized. That's the only way you're going to be able to answer these questions, okay? So let's start this up. And I lost half my page. And let's do some practice. So question 1. The sides of a parallelogram ABCD are represented as shown, so find DA. Okay, so remember, parallelogram opposite sides are congruent, so in order for me to answer and know DA, I would need to know CB. But I have nothing for CB. What they did give me was CD and AB. And same thing, the opposite sides are congruent. So in math, congruent, remember, it means equal. So you do 5x minus 18 equals 2x plus 12. Do some math, and that's going to be 3x is going to be equal to 30, which means x is equal to 10. Come back over here. 3 times 10 minus 6 is equal to 24. So DA is 24. And there's 1. 2. In rhombus dogs, DO is 2p plus 9. OG is 3p minus 6. Find GS. Remember, for rules of a rhombus, in a rhombus, all sides are congruent. So that means that 2p plus 9 is equal to 3p minus 6. So 2p plus 9 is equal to 3p minus 6. Go ahead, do some math. So p is equal to 15. Now they asked me to find GS, which is this guy here. So again, all sides are congruent. You could plug it into any one of those sides. So 2 times 15 plus 9 is 39. So GS is equal to 39. So there's 1, there's 2. Okay, number 3, the perimeter of quadrilateral ABCD is 46. AB is x plus 8, so if I'm going to real quick draw it, but then I'm going to have to erase it because there will not be enough room. They don't care where you put ABCD, just make sure wherever you start, you go around to put in the ABCD and don't jump across. Okay, so ABCD this way, it can go ABCD that way. AB is x plus 8. BC is 2x plus 1, CD is 3x minus 6, and DA is 4x minus 7. Then what they told me was that the perimeter is 46. So now in order to find perimeter, you have to add all sides. So this has really nothing to do with any of the rules that we have learned for quadrilaterals. It's just saying, do you know what perimeter means? So all I have to do is add up all of these sides and set it equal to 46. So let me get this out of our way. So I would do x plus 8 plus 2x plus 1 plus 3x minus 6 plus 4x minus 7 equals 46. Then I'm going to go ahead and do some math and combine like terms. So I'll have 10x minus 4 equals 46. 10x equals 50. And x is equal to 5. Now what they wanted the length of the shortest side. So I would go through and substitute the 5 into all of the x's to find each side. So side AB was going to be 14, side BC was going to be 11, side CD was going to be 9, and side DA was going to be 13. So the shortest side was CD, being 3 times 5 minus 6 to be 9. Okay, so there's 3. 4, given parallelogram ABCD, okay, switching it up now, we're going with angles. Angle B is 5x, written inside. Angle C, 3x plus 4. Find the number of degrees in angle D. So again, they want this guy. Nothing to do with what they gave me. Remember, in a parallelogram, opposite sides are congruent. So if I want to find angle D, well then I better know angle B. How am I going to find angle B? Well, let's look at what they gave me. They gave me this side, or this angle and this angle. Remember, two parallel lines cut by a transversal, okay? Sometimes people like to call it the C or something like that. Those two angles add up to equal 180, okay? So I would say 3x plus 4 plus 5x equals 180. Do some math. A to x equals 176, so x equals 22. Now again, the question said to find d, so I would have to do 5 times 22, which is going to be 110 degrees. So there you go for number 4. Okay, 5. The diagonals of a rectangle. So again, know your rules. Rectangles, diagonals bisect each other. The diagonals are congruent. Now in this question, they gave me AE to be x plus 4. They gave me CE to be 3x minus 12. And then they said, find the distance of BD. BD is congruent to AC. So again, to do that one, first we're going to find AC. Because the diagonals bisect each other, I can say that x plus 4 equals 3x minus 12. So 2x equals 16. X is equal to 8. Which means 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 AC equals 24, which means BD is going to equal 24. Okay, going to number 6. Okay, rhombus. ABCD. Again, we're talking about angles here inside. This angle here is 5a plus 4. This angle here is 8a minus 5. Now they want me to find the measure of angle EBC right here. What's my rules for a rhombus? All my sides are congruent. Let's talk about angles. Now, these two diagonals bisect. Is super important rule of the rhombus. They bisect and they are perpendicular, which means it's 90. So if I blow up this little section right here, right, and we're looking at a right triangle, you know that you're 90. Then you have 5a plus 4, and you have 8a minus 5. Okay, so you can add up all three and set it equal to 180. Or, same thing, you can just say, well, since I already know 180, already know 90, 180 minus 90 is 90, you could set these two equal to 90 also. Doesn't matter which one you do. More common that people use a lot is they say that a triangle has 3 angles, and all 3 are going to be equal to 180. But again, if you just move this 90 right over, you're going to have what I was just trying to explain before, which is 5a plus 4 and 8a minus 5 equal 90. So it's still going, it doesn't matter if you add these two up, set it equal to 90, add all 3 up, set it equal to 180, you'll get the same answer. So now what we're going to have is 14a minus 1 equals 90, 14a equals 91, and then, or not 14, 13. 13 here. So that means A is equal to 7. Now they said to find the angle EBC. 8 times 7 minus 5 is 51. So there you go for number 6. Turn the page, go to some stuff that we were doing yesterday, which was our coordinate geometry. So we have 3 questions to do here. Show that quadrilateral JACK is a rhombus. So let's get that graphed. So -2, +2, that's J. 2 and 3 is A. 1 and -1 is C. And -3 and -2 is K. So here we go, rhombus there. Couple of rules you can do, or a couple things you can do here. You can draw in the diagonals and show that the diagonals bisect each other and that the diagonals are perpendicular. Okay, that's one thing you could do. Another thing you can do is, which is kind of the same for all of them, find the slopes of all the sides and then use that to find the distances. Okay, that's kind of my favorite because you can use that really for all of them. So if I'm going to count here, it'd be up 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1 and 4. Here I would be going down 4 and left 1. Here it'd be down 1 and left 4. Here would be up 4 and right 1. So if you notice, all of the numbers are generally the same, except the signs are a little bit different. So let's now write all that out. So JA, remember it's y over x. I went up 1 and right 4. Now this is going to be my slope. Okay, so if I'm going to make a little table here, that would be my slope. And then you can do your distance. And again, you just use those numbers. 1 squared and 4 squared, which is square root of 17. Leave it like that. Now let's do AC. In AC, I went down 4 and left 1. Down 4 and left 1. And then that's going to be 4. And then I would do negative 4 squared plus negative 1 squared, and then that's also going to be square root of 17. If I did CK, I went down 1 and left 4, which simplifies to positive 1 over 4. And negative 1 squared, negative 4 squared is the square root of 17. And the last one, JK. Where did I go? I went up 4 and right 1, up 4 and right 1, which is a positive 4. 4 squared plus 1 squared equals square root of 17. Now, how do I prove that this is a rhombus? Well, the first thing I can show, all sides are congruent. All sides are congruent. And what else is important? JA and CK have the same slope. AC and JK have the same slope. And opposite sides are parallel. Done. So there you go for number 7. Okay. Number 8. Okay, show that triangle whose vertices are -1, +1, 5 and 7, and 3 and -3 is a right triangle. Okay, so all of the videos of all of the things that we're doing, you will find on the YouTube channel. So I would take today and tomorrow, go through all of the videos that are on the YouTube channel labeled geometry and go through all of your lessons and make sure you can get them. Okay. Now, what they want me to do is prove that I'm a right triangle. To be a right triangle, that means 90 degrees. Delta math is an assignment. Okay, it's about 5 questions that you need to do. So just go to deltamath.com, create an account as a student using my code, which is on the homepage of CI Math. Perpendicular lines. Give me a minute to answer all those questions. I'll do that at the end. Okay, so what we need to do is show perpendicular lines. So just take a look at this, and do any of them look like they would have perpendicular lines? Now, it looks to me like BU, okay, and BG might be the ones that are perpendicular. So let me count their slopes. So if I'm counting their slopes here, okay, I would be counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be 6 over 6 or 1. If I'm going to be going here, I'm going to be going to the left 4 and up 4. So that's 4 over -4, and that's -1. Now to be definition of perpendicular lines, different signs, got that. Reciprocals, 1 over 1, switch it is negative 1 over 1, so yes, okay. So, okay, BU is perpendicular to BG, so triangle bug is right. Okay, and finally, number 9. Show that quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So we could pretty much do what we did in number 7, find the lengths of all of the sides, find the slopes of all of the sides, and show that opposite sides are parallel and perpendicular. So starting with A, -5, -4, B, which is 1 and -2, C, which is 2 and 3, and D, which is -4, +1. And again, just to tell you, there's not just one way to do this. If you want to do the diagonals, show me that the diagonals bisect one another by finding their midpoints. Okay, so here I would be counting up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and to the right 6. Up to and to the right 6. Oops. AB. The slope is 2 over 6, which simplifies to 1/3. The distance, I would just do 2 squared plus 6 squared, which would be the square root of 40. Now he, opposite of this guy, well, I just said AB, that was CD. This one was CD. Now the opposite of CD was AB, and it would be, if I'm going here, I would be going down 2, and I'd be going left 6. Down 2 and left 6, which is 1 over 3. -2 squared, -6 squared, which is also square root of 40. So here I just showed that there was one pair that was parallel, one pair that is congruent. Now again, you can always do that for the other side too. It's always just great practice. CB and AD. So CB here, okay, CB here, I would be going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the right, or to the left, 1. So left 5, left 1, which is +5. 5 squared and 1 squared is 26. Here you'd be going up 5 and right 1. Up 5 and right 1, which is 5. 5 squared plus 1 squared, 26. Opposite sides are parallel and congruent. Therefore, you have a parallelogram. All right, so that concludes all of our review and our parallelograms packet. So a lot of questions on what the heck am I supposed to do from this point forward. So let me go there. So if you go to cimath.com, go to your geometry section, scroll down. This is what we're working on, notes, Unit 9, applications of distance. Okay, we're going to try, basically all of this stuff is going to be closing out, so make sure you get through this, all of this week, and get all of this done this week. So the first thing that you're going to see is quiz Unit 9 due Thursday at noon. So click on that. It's a Google Forms quiz. Answer that one first, okay? Then you'll see that there is a review for test. You're going to print that out or open that up and do it on a separate piece of paper, whichever works best for you, and you're going to complete that today, tomorrow. Then we're going to post a video, not going to be live, of all of the answers to the review questions. Then either myself and or Ms. Holden, we're going to have just a regular extra help session, either Thursday or Friday, and then you're going to have a test on parallelograms to do over the weekend. So you have a quiz that's going to close out on Thursday. You have review that we're just going to post the answers to for a test that you're going to have on Friday. Then this week also, you go to deltamath.com, create an account if you haven't already. And that's just right over here. Create an account, okay, as a student. You can use your own email address. It doesn't have to be the school one. and then it's going to ask you for your teacher code, and then if you have myself or Miss Holden, you put in our teacher code, and then there's assignment to do there, and complete that assignment as well. So that's everything you have to do for this week. So all of this stuff is going to close out this week, so make sure you get all of this stuff done. Okay, so enjoy the weather. If you have any further questions, please leave a comment, let your friends know that we're here, or send me a message on Remind. All right, have a great